Hello everybody, my name is Zeke, welcome to my channel. Today's video, I am going to be going to the bookstore and buying some books and telling you about them and why I bought them and what my experience was like, the magical experience of going to the bookstore. Now, the actual serious reason for this is I haven't gone to the bookstore this year that much. If you are a valiant, very committed watcher of this channel, you will know that I have really just been reading on my Kindle like constantly, which is good for a lot of reasons because I get Kindle books from the library for free, and also I have no room on my bookshelf. So it is very good for me to read digital books because honestly, if we're being honest, like what else, like there's no room, like what am I doing? But I want to go to the bookstore because I like most people, do enjoy reading physical books more than I enjoy reading digital books. There's just something about it. And also, I don't know what this says about me, but I feel like most people are the same. When it comes to books, I can be a little materialistic, and that is an issue, and that's probably not good. But I do like having books, owning books that I like. It just makes me feel good. I like how my bookshelf looks. Sue me. But I'm happy that I have cut down on the amount of books I've been getting, because last year I got a lot of books and I did read all of them, which is incredible, great, but I'm happy that I kind of made the effort to go more digital. However, it's time. I did recently go to a used bookstore and get some books, and so that's very true. Yes, I did. But this used bookstore, it's really cool. It's a great used bookstore, but they only really have, it's very small and it's all like older books. And I really want to get some newer books and be able to have more of a selection. So I'm going to Barnes & Noble, and I'm making a plan so that I go in with, because I can spend so much time in a bookstore, it's scary. Like I can spend like literally an hour in a bookstore to get 2 or 3 books, and I need more of a plan than that. So I'm gonna get 3 books. That's my limit. None of them are gonna be hardcover. All 3 are gonna be paperback. Hardcover books are so expensive. They're like $35 now. And I just don't need that, like, especially if I don't even know if I like the book. If I haven't read it yet, why am I getting a hardcover book? And so I'm gonna go to the bookstore, get 3 paperback books. I'm gonna get no more than 1 science fiction or fantasy book. With the other 2 books, I'm gonna give myself some options. I'm gonna give 3 categories of books that I will take 2 from. I'll either get like some sort of nonfiction, I'll get a short or classic that I'm really interested in, or I will get literary fiction. What will probably end up happening is I'll get 2 literary fiction books or contemporary fiction books, just because that's probably easier, but that's gonna be my plan. And if I find that I've spent more than 20 minutes without a book, I'm going to go on Goodreads and actually look through my TBR and actually pick out books from that, so that I don't waste so much of my time, because why do that when I could be reading? So that's the plan. I'm gonna go there. We'll see if I end up filming in the bookstore, because that'll be a big step for me, because that's not something I've done before, and I'm not sure if that's something I want to do. It'll depend on how crowded it is, but I'll try to get some nice little shots of the bookstore, and I will tell you what books I got when I come back. So look forward to that. Okay, I'm back. First of all, pretend that I'm not wearing different clothes. It's not now nighttime. I just got back from the bookstore, if you couldn't tell. And this was actually very successful, more successful than my usual bookstore trips, because I get incredibly distracted very easily and overwhelmed by my options, but I think I did a good job today. Once again, I did get 3 books, but I also did lie to you earlier. I did not follow my plan at all. I ended up getting 3 literary fiction books, which is fine and probably for the best, honestly. I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy or sci-fi recently, and that is something I want to get back into, but I'm not gonna force it. Like and also let me just say, the Barnes and Noble I went to was recently renovated and it's really nice, but the fantasy section is severely lacking. I think it was literally only 2 shelves, unless I was missing something, which I might have been, but I did look pretty hard, and it was only 2 shelves, which is less than it was before, and also, along with it only being 2 shelves, they have so many copies of the same books, like literally half one of the shelves is Tolkien, and I have nothing against Tolkien, but you need to have more than that. Like, you can't just have that. And so that was a little disappointing. I next time I go, if I'm looking, I'll ask someone if there's more, because I don't know what was going on there. But that was my big complaint, and that's also probably why I couldn't find any fantasy books I wanted. But let me actually talk about what I got. So I'll go from things I know most about and am most excited about to things I know least about. And so the first book I want to talk about, I'm so glad I found it. It's Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. I don't know why it's taken me so long to finally get this. I've been wanting to read it for like a year at least, and I've just heard so many good things. It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it was, and it doesn't have the cool cover that I see on Goodreads all the time, but that's okay. And it's still kind of nice. I like it. And I don't know why it took me so long to get this. Even in the same bookstore, I've looked for it multiple times, but today I decided finally, like, I have to actually read this book. So I actually went and asked someone. It's magical how that works, and so I got it. I said I know a lot about it. That's actually completely a lie. This is horror-esque, maybe thriller. I know it's a very strange book. It's about this woman who returns from this, like, journey she took underwater as, like, a marine biologist, and she comes back to her wife, and things are wrong, and I think that's all I want to know. I think going into this, it's better to go in blind, because I know it's gonna be very strange, gonna be very weird, and I don't want to know a single thing beyond that. I just want to be shocked and surprised, and I'm gonna read this very soon. I'm very excited. I might even start it like tomorrow. The next book is also one that has been on the radar, coming along for a long time, and that's Homesick for Another World, by Otessa Moshfegh. I've read every Otessa Moshfegh book. Yeah, I have, other than this, and this is a short story collection, and I'm excited to read short fiction by her because, especially, I've read, as I said, all of her books, and having done that, I can say one thing I think that can drag for me in her books is the pacing, especially the last book I read, Lapona. Some of the concepts I liked, but overall, I was overwhelmed by how, like, much of a slog it was at some points. And so I think I'll be excited to read some of this short fiction because the ideas are always certainly something and usually very shocking. And so seeing that in a short story form will be good. And also I think some of these are a little even weirder than her normal book fare. But also my one thing is I think this is older from her. I mean, she's not like an old author, but this might be like 2016, 2017 instead of like 2019, 2020. So we'll see if I like that more or less, but I'm excited to get into it because it's been something I've been wanting to read for a while. And also I've been really in a short story kick recently, so good for me. Okay, this last one was the one that was like most on a whim. It wasn't technically in my TBR, it might be, but nothing I've been like super looking forward to reading, but actually the more I thought about it when I was in the bookstore, I was like, yeah, I could really go for this, and that's Animal by Lisa Taddeo. I've just heard really good things about it. I know it's gonna be like, it's kind of about like a woman who, after a lifetime of being basically like abused by men throughout her life, she kind of goes down a dark path and violent events occur, is my understanding. Once again, don't know too much about it. I think it's gonna be pretty strange. hopefully violent. I want this to be violent. That's my big ask. I want to see some murder maybe. I'm excited for that if that happens, and overall kind of on a whim, but I have heard about it before and it seems interesting. And also the cover, really nice, the orange and purple. Yeah, that also sold me. Even the spine, wow, beautiful. So those are the 3 books I bought at the bookstore. What a success, very happy. I also bought some other classics that I'm just not gonna show you because maybe that'll be a future video that I don't wanna spoil. You'll just have to subscribe and see that in the future. But anyways, that's gonna do it. I know this is like a shorter video, not much to say. It's a little bookstore thing. I think I'll maybe do this in the future. It's very kind of fun to kind of talk about my thought process when getting books, even though there isn't much thought process. I'm kind of just going on my whims and freaking out in the bookstore and feeling like I am running out of time even though I have nothing else to do. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want. I would really appreciate it. I try to post videos once a week, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, and I will see you in the next one.